Let's take a look at all the brand new Eureka that has just been added into the game. Within the realm of Eureka, there are two brand new trials. We have the Beauty Lab trial, which will get you the Rose Heart and the Flitterfin Eurekas. And then the Queen Philomea Palace Ruins trial will get you the Swaying Lotus and the Wild Blaze Eurekas. Quick reminder that the Easy trial will only get you the 4-star Eurekas, and you have to clear normal or hard to be able to get the new 5 stars. Now let's take an up close look at the Eurekas and their new colors. Starting with the head Eurekas, we have Rose Heart, which is very accurately named as it is roses in the shape of a heart. Here is the default pink. Then for the upgraded pink, you have a lot of extra sparkle. Here it is in blue, purple, green, and iridescent, with the iridescent having these extra crystally shards within the heart. Next, we have the Flitterfin head Eureka, which has these fin ears that wave and move, as well as this kind of seaweed branch thing at the back of your head with some snowflakes and some beads. Here is the default blue. The upgraded blue has a little extra shimmer and wave along the branches. Here it is in pink, red, yellow, which has a little extra purple, and iridescent, which has a little extra beads on the branch, as well as on the back of the head we have this beautiful bead design on it. Next, we have the Wild Blaze head Eureka, which is this bird carrying this cage. The base is actually pink, even though it looks a little red. It does this little extra animation where it lights up. Here is the upgraded pink, which there isn't too big of a difference. It just lights up a little brighter and has a little extra spark around it. Here it is in purple, blue, red, and iridescent. The iridescent doesn't have anything too extra special for this Eureka. Finally, we have the Swaying Lotus head Eureka, which has these lily pads, lotus flowers, and some dragonflies. The base is considered yellow, even though it's multicolored. The upgraded yellow has a little extra shimmer and some water droplets falling down. Here it is in green, pink, red, which looks a little bit more orangey yellow to me, but it's labeled red, and iridescent, which has this little crystally diamond texture to it. Next, let's take a look at the hand Eureka. The Rose Heart hand Eureka is very subtle. It's these little heart gems that appear by your hands and float around. The upgraded pink has a little extra sparkle and shimmer to it. Here it is in blue, purple, green, and iridescent. The Flitterfin hand Eureka looks like this jeweled bracelet floating around that is shaped like water droplets. This is the default blue. Upgraded blue has a little extra shimmer and waviness to it with a few bubbles. Here it is in pink, red, yellow, which looks a bit more purple to me, and iridescent, which has some extra beads on it. The Wild Blaze hand Eureka has these wings with falling feathers on one hand and this sort of rose flower branching on the other hand. This is the default quote-unquote pink, which still looks red to me. The upgraded pink has a little extra sparkle and fire to it. Here it is in purple, blue, red, and iridescent. Finally, we have the Swaying Lotus hand Eureka, which are these two dragonflies sitting on top of your hands. This is the base yellow. The upgraded yellow is a little bit more shimmery. Here it is in green, pink, red, which still looks a bit orange, and iridescent. Finally, let's take a look at the foot Eureka. For Rose Heart, we have this little branch that loops around both feet, grows a rose, and has a little butterfly fly out from it. Here is the base pink. The upgraded pink has a little extra sparkle. Here is the blue, the purple, the green, and the iridescent. Here is the Flitterfin foot Eureka, which is the school of fish that come around from behind you and swirl up front. This is the base blue. Here is the upgraded blue that has this extra big fish that comes and flips in front of you, as well as this extra sparkly and waviness. Here is the pink, the red, which has a little bit of orange as well, the yellow, and the iridescent. The The Wild Blaze Eureka has this thorny flower wrapping around both legs, and then has these two birds that fly around your legs. This is the base pink. The upgraded pink has a third bird and a little extra sparkle. Here is the purple, the blue, red, and the iridescent. The Swaying Lotus Eureka has these kind of weird bubbles that float around your legs, and also these two kind of goldfish that come and swim around right around your legs. This is the yellow base. The upgraded yellow doesn't have too much of a difference, maybe a little extra sparkle on the fish trail. Here is the green, pink, red, which looks very orange. So orange. And the iridescent. Here is all the Rose Heart Eureka equipped on my Nikki. When she runs, you have this little trail. All of the animations continue except for the one on the feet. The feet Eureka will stop going through their animation while Nikki is moving, but once she stops, it will start having that branching animation start up again. When she runs, there's a little bit of a sparkly pink trail coming off of the head Eureka and the hand Eureka. Here is my Nikki with all the flitter fin Eureka equipped. There isn't as much animation with the head and the hand Eureka, and once Nikki starts running, the foot animation will stop, but instead you'll get this little sparkle trail on the ground that follows where Nikki steps. I haven't seen this with any of the other Eureka, and I actually like this quite a lot. I think it's super cute. Now when Nikki stops moving, the foot animation will resume, and you also get this little wavy effect on the ground that comes out from her feet, similar to other Eureka we've seen before. Here is my Nikki with all of the Wild Blaze Eureka equipped. Once she starts moving, the birds on the feet Eureka will disappear, but you will get to keep the branches on your legs. Additionally, you get this little trail. I can't really tell if it's supposed to be feathers or sparks or ash, but it's very bright and it's very cool, and it lingers for a little bit, so that is a super cool effect. No big changes with the hand or the head Eureka, they just kind of keep on as is. Finally, here we have Nikki with all of the Swaying Lotus Eureka. Once she starts running, the feet animation will completely cancel, and there really isn't much of a sparkly trail on this Eureka. It's very subtle. There is just a little bit, but it's not as obvious as on the other new Eureka. The hand Eureka don't really move much in general, and the head Eureka just continues through its usual animation whether you're running or standing still. I think all of the new head Eureka we got was really nice. I think they're all very creative and unique. The hand Eureka too was very pretty, but I feel like the new Rose Heart hand Eureka is very hard to spot, and it does remind me a little bit of this 4-star Heart Kiss hand Eureka. It's just the gems are so small and they disappear so quickly. It really is extremely subtle. And then I was surprised that with the foot Eureka we got not only one but two fish Eurekas. And then we got more sort of branches and flowers that are wrapped around the feet. We already had previous Eureka that has roses and branches and butterflies at your feet. We have that with the 5-star Afterglow Eureka as well as with the Rose Fall 3-star Eureka. And then we also kind of have a bubble Eureka. I know this one also has the fish, but it's mostly the bubbles around your feet that you see. And the first snow Eureka is also just a bunch of bubbles by your feet. The Misty Waves Eureka does have some bubbles. It is mostly this wave around your foot and the wave on the floor, so it's not that similar. But I am just a little surprised that with how early on in the game we are, for there to be so many similar Eurekas. Like, we have a lot of snowy Eurekas that have snowflakes on them. We have a lot of feathery, sort of flapping Eureka. And then, like I said, a lot of fishes, a lot of bubbles, and then a lot of branching roses. What do you think of the brand new Eurekas that have just been added into the game? Do you have a favorite? Do you also think they're too similar to ones we've gotten before? Let me know in the comments. And if you're looking for info on how to get Eureka, how to level it up, and get all of the different colors, check out my Guide to Eureka YouTube video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day.